The question today, there aren't much, which about the right proportion, so that way I can give you more explanations to you all. So this way, it will be a good balance and good knowledge for everyone to learn as well. This in-depth will be not just only meditation, there will be a Buddhist wisdom along, adding into these questions as well. So just stay tuned, all right? Let's begin. Question number one. This comes from our classmate who joining us. Today, it came to me to love myself. My mind is so good. Give me joy. Is this what I should be realizing? Well, yes. It's not only just should be. I would say you don't have to look for it. If you do it just right, it will come into your uh, meditation right away. If you recall from our Mind on level 1 session, that the original state of mind is bright, clear, and pristine. Therefore, the mind itself is very, I would call, very clean and innocent. You can call that. That's therefore, when our mind become experience things in our daily life as we grow up, that is changing the condition of the mind from clean into become clouded. Sometimes when we are angry or experience emotional, sad, angry, or thing like that, it's changed the condition of the mind greatly. Sometimes it's quite difficult to get back to its original state. Therefore, we don't really experience love unless we like or met some condition that adjust to the mind liking or what we like. Therefore, we tend to love or having that kind of emotion or feeling toward something that we like or a person that we like. But when the mind gets back to its original state, it doesn't need to be having the condition at all to love, to like, to please. It's just happy so much that feel like you want to share and love with everyone without any condition. This is the mind that's open and love and care with everything that happen. The meditation that practice to this state is unlock that. That's therefore everyone has the possibility and have potential to experience this. And if they practice more and more, they can do, they can love, they can share, and can be compassion toward everything, not just only the people that they love or the human being, even animals and all the beings, not only just what you see, it's even to the something that you don't see. You just share this feeling with everything. And when believe it or not, it can be experienced. We'll get to this story. Oh, there are many stories I like to share with you. It's also, we can connect to the story that you learned from the teaching monk in the My Journey previous session, Kesa Kotami, a woman who has lost her firstborn son and unable to let go. That's we're gonna get back to that story in more detail and story along after that as well. Okay, so this, therefore, it is not something that you should be realizing. It will come when you do it just right, just like this. So if you're feeling very good, like something really happened to you, and you feel just relaxed and comfortable, just want to be at peace, that's the right condition to happen when you meditate. It even boosts your meditation experience, and it's, you're gonna learn more experience deeper if you have this kind of right feeling at the beginning and you maintain it into your meditation. I got my first meditation experience when I was 10 years. It celebrate my 10 year as a monkhood. I don't know what's come over me, but I just feel peace and relaxed. And it's just that moment, even though it won't last, but the experience that you experience, that I experienced, it lasts until now. And that's become the core, the knowledge that I used to present and teaching you now. It just come whenever it's the right condition. But as my master used to say, keep meditating. Meditation is like using your hands, punching the ground, using your fist, punching the ground. Every time you hit the ground, that's it. But eventually, you will break through it. Therefore, keep punching. Same thing in meditation as well. It doesn't matter what kind of meditation experience you get each day. But if you observe, you progress, keep meditating without lacking or lazy, it will come. But if you don't do at all, what hardly do, it's just gonna start over and it's gonna keep delaying, delay and delay. And in the end, maybe the end of your life, you may not reaching what you are expecting. Therefore, every minute is count, so use your time wisely. Thus, meditation should be part of our life. According to the Buddhist wisdom, this is the purpose of being born, because our mind has been in the cycle of rebirth all the time. Therefore, the mind conditions hardly get back to its original state. And as the time when we have chance to be human again, that's the time, the opportunity for us to cleanse the mind. The better, the more we cleanse the mind, the better we can end our suffering. That's how it's called of the meditation practice. Therefore, hopefully you practice. Don't need to just looking for opportunity to find relaxation. If you get it, that's good. But if you don't get it, don't mind. At least you have tried something for yourself. Therefore, good luck. And yes, this is the process that you're gonna experience if you do it correctly. Now, get to number 2. Okay. If there's any question, something is not clear, you can leave in the chat so that way I can check and explain more further. All right. Now, how do we use visualizations? Is meditation practice, for example, crystal ball? The crystal ball itself, I'm not sure you can see it from here. It is using in our meditation as a representative of our mind. The mind is bright, clear, and pristine, like I mentioned earlier in the previous question. And therefore, to help us be easier to attract, to get to its original state, we use the crystal ball because it's closer to what the mind look like. But of course, we don't see our mind if we do not adjust the purity, the stillness at the, you could call this as a frequency. When you want to listen to radio channel, I'm not sure. I think you all know what radio look like, right? I think the kid at this generation, they don't know what the radio look like now. So they just know only using internet. But either way now, what I'm trying to say that if you want to listen to some channel, you have to tune. Same thing for our mind too. If you like to see what your mind look like, it can be seen, in fact, but not by our eyes, by our mind. It has to be at the right frequency in order to see our mind. And to do that at the right frequency, simple, still your mind. If the mind come to a complete standstill, the mind will be visible for you to see. See it with your mind, not with your eyes. It is said by my master as well. Even I myself confirm this, that when you experience your inner peace, when all the 5 senses come to a standstill, what you gonna see in your mind will be clearer than what you see with your eyes. You will remember that image so much clearly, even though it has already been past so many years, so many hours, so many months, so many days. It's remembered just like printing in the mind like that. That's there for everyone. Keep practice and you will know what I am talking about. But of course, whether believe this or not, it just depends on you, because what I am presenting to you now just from my experience, which can be happen to everyone if they do it correctly. So that's when you use visualization. You don't try to think. Okay. Assuming whoever asks this question, passing or learning level 1 and they can recall. I'm not going to go back how you visualize, but I'm just going to explain in practical way how you should visualize meditation. Okay. When you visualize this, from my experience, I have done I have done wrong so many years. And yes, by you making mistake, it make you grow. If you don't make any mistake at all, that's very good. Hopefully, it's happened to everyone because you won't waste your time. But if you waste your time like me, oh, I waste so much time on that. What happened here is that when I try to visualize, I thought that I should maintain the image inside my mind. When I try to think, let's say this. I visualize this marble. I couldn't call crystal because it's not crystal. It's not a rock neither, but it's like a marble. But anyway, when I try to visualize this, let's say this is my object of image. When I see it, I try to make it imprinted in my mind and make it stay. I learned from one teaching monk. He said that when you visualize, when the image comes, let it go. I don't understand him. If I let it go, how can I focus myself? I have that kind of question. Do you have that? If you do, raise your hand or nod your head a little bit so that way I know you're listening to me. Okay, yes. Yes, I have that. All right. Everyone have that, right? Yes. I have the same thing. He said, when you visualize, let it go for the second time. Okay, how am I supposed to do that? I had that kind of thought. Then I meditate. I'm still just hold on to the image and have done that many years until one day I was like, how come I feel like I'm trying to hold on something when I'm moving forward and something pulling me back. I like to go dive deeper and deeper, but I couldn't break through. It feel like something holding me back. And I'm trying not to let it go until I met my friend who was very good in my meditation. I asked him, how come I couldn't break through? He just like, why don't you just let it go? That's coming back and it's ringing in my head again. How to let go? Until one day, I was like, I'm not gonna visualize anymore. So that's when I imagine the sun. The sun come into my mind, and I don't continue to imagine it again. I don't feel anything holding me back. I break through it. I finally realize something. When you visualize an object, if you can visualize just one moment, that's good enough. You don't have to continue. The trick in here is that when you visualize an image, it recalls your mind. Remember, the mind travels very fast. It can think one at a time too. If you can recall, go check in the first slide of the meditation in level 1, first one, if anyone can recall. If you want to look at it again, ask Prill. She has the link. She will show you the video. Anyway, let's get back to that. The thing is that when you visualize an image, the mind travels very fast and think one at a time. This is one of the property or the quality of the mind or the ability. Therefore, when I visualize the sun and I don't continue, it brings my mind back to myself and I just stay relaxed because my awareness back to myself already. And I know that I'm still relaxed and I just continue without trying to visualize. And that is how you rest your mind inside your body. Let's say you want to visualize the sun inside your stomach. You just visualize that there is the sun in your stomach and that's it. You stay still without thinking. Stay relaxed. If you stay or if you do it correctly, you will feel like your awareness is right here, not travel anywhere. When your mind are wandering, you will know right away that your mind are not with you. So you visualize the image again. When you visualize, let it go. You don't have to keep visualizing. This is how you do. How do we visualize? Hopefully, this can help. Try this, and you will see that it helps your mind to get into focus. But you don't need to hold on to it. But if you want, if your mind keep wandering thought again, you might have to hold on to the image a little bit longer. When you feel more relaxed, you can let it go. That's how you should visualize. Hopefully this answered the question for number 2. All right. Number 3. The question of why do we imagine a bright light within was coming up. Does a light have to be achieved in order to have a good meditation? I am a person that once I know the whys, it helps me to accept and understand. That's very good. Yes, my master, the wise Sabbath, he taught me that if you want to know something deeply and learn deeper, keep asking why. Yes, it's a good question. So therefore, whenever I ask the meditation experience, whether it is 1, 2, or 3, yes, when there is the light, we have to achieve it? No, it is the process. Remember, the mind itself is bright, clear, and pristine. But as our experience in daily life that affect our mind, is change its condition. Thus, it lose its light, its clarity. But when we meditate, we do it correctly when our mind become relaxed. It's kind of like a dog, when it's clean, it just stays still. But when something clot is dirty, it just keep try to shake it off. Same thing for the mind too. When the mind are relaxed, it begin to clear itself. All the sediment gone, settle down. The mind become bright and clear by itself, because all the thing that causing the mind to lose its clarity and light is begin to come back. Therefore, same thing. It's in the process. If you achieve it, that means you have done it correctly. You don't need to look for it. All you have to do is stay still and be relaxed with mindfulness inside. And eventually you achieve it. You don't have to look or try to get it. It's a process that will come when you do it correctly. If you do it correctly, when the mind is bright, do not be excited, because when it's excited, it will affect the stillness of your mind. When this happens, all you have to do is observe, be still and be still. At the first experience, second experience, third experience, it will keep longer and longer. You're gonna have to get used to it. Once you get used to it, it will keep longer and longer until you become very, very still. Because the mind, when it's bright, my master used to say like this. Imagine with me, okay? I don't have my setup. Maybe next time when I have a properly set up, is that imagine with me if I don't have my iPad connect to my computer to draw the line for you. Okay, my master used to ask me this question. This is quite very deep. Okay, he asked that if we have an object, let's say this rock, we want to see it, but under one condition, without having any shadow. How can we do that? Whenever we put the light, we try to see, we always see shadow. We couldn't find anywhere that can hide the shadow. But we can do so if we put the object inside the sun. All the light will be shine in every angle of that object. Thus, there will be no shadow visible in that object. So that's when you are putting your mind inside the sun. This sun that I'm mentioned is the center of your body. This will allow the mind itself to be very bright and shine, and you will be able to see your own sun, your own mind inside your meditation. Therefore, keep practicing and you'll see the progress in your meditation. These are not just only come lightly. If you recall, I don't think I teach you the Buddha biography yet. Maybe I will do that when we have Buddhist knowledge. Buddha biography, one of the point in his time when before he became Buddha, he was meditate just like you did, exactly like you did, just relax. And he able to still for, it said from 1 to 4 o'clock, 3 hours sitting without moving. He was immersed in the light. He found that from the first experience that he meditated for the first time. These are the result of his practice meditation countless time over the course of his rebirth. You can also do the same thing. If you can experience inner stillness, you will be able to achieve. You just need to practice. Therefore, don't be lazy, okay? And once you can practice and get this experience, don't be like me. I did that quite a few times and still do sometimes too. Oh, it's easy. I will get back that again. Do not. Because when you come back again next time, you're gonna be expecting and it won't come, trust me. So therefore, just stay still and enjoy. Remember, meditation is kind of like a rest for your mind. All you have to do is when you meditate, you can think of a way to take a rest. And when you enjoy your rest, your mind will be healthy. When your mind is healthy, you do everything, you are happy. So if you can think of this a way to help you become, enjoy your life, enjoy your personality, enjoy yourself, meditation can help that. So this will help you to practice meditation regularly. So that's hopefully this answer the question. As my master used to say, before we part, leave this text to the next question, inner light. My master used to say that when we relax ourselves and calm down our mind, we will see the inner light, like I mentioned. We will see the center of the body. That's where your inner sun is waiting for you. We can use this path to rid our own self of suffering. If you can achieve to that state, my master took him 2 years. When he finds this, it will stay with you for a long, long time without getting out of it. If you find that path, it will stay with you forever. If you come to this point, my master confirmed that everyone achieved this. They just forgot. So hopefully you all can recall what you have done. All right. Now, question number 4. It's hard to focus on death is coming and life is short. We get back to our mind journey. And any tips on how to make that easier? Well, death is a part of our life. According to the Buddhist knowledge that's been taught in Buddhism, birth and death are the cycle of life. We have been born and die countless times that we are unable to count. And thus, every time we born, we forget. When we forget, it's just like we're resetting and everything is new again. If we couldn't forget, we will know that death are nothing to be afraid at all. It is part of life. The thing that make us fear and afraid of death is our attachment. We attach to something in our mind, whether it is people, animals, our possession, our expectation, all of these that arise in our mind. This what causing us to be a fear or afraid of dying. Therefore, just like in the story of Kesa Kotami, who has what's it called? Who has losing her son, right? If you recall, in the original script that the teaching monk taught you this Wednesday, yes, it's like a happy ending, right? In fact, the beginning is even darker. In fact, how? Let's go into the detail. You will see, understand more. She are not very happy-go-lucky. Once upon the time, during the time of the Buddha, in the city of Benares, no, not Benares actually. Let me see the chat. Someone asking. I look at it as a translation. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Here, what I'm trying to say is there was a billionaire. No, billionaire, just call millionaire. Okay. He has a lot of money, but one day all of his possession that he has gold, jewelry, everything turned into rocks. No value at all. Could that happen? Well, as in the story, it just turned into the rock and he just lost. But he believed one thing: if someone can see it or help him turn it back to its value, he will take that person and take care of that person. So he put onto the market. He went into the market and put the rocks on his boost. And then there was one lady. She's not rich. She's just normal, ordinary person, not even good looking. But she walking past, she asked the man, "Uncle, what are you selling?" "I'm selling my rocks. Are you interested?" "Are you sure you're selling rocks? These are gold. It's very, very expensive. Who's gonna buy this?" He said, "Did you see this as a gold?" "Yes." "Can you touch it?" When she touched it, it turned back to its original state. Then he know now, this is the fortunate woman. So that's, he went to her house and asked her family to marry, ask her and her family to marry his son and marry her into his family. And as she was raised and lived in that family, because she come from ordinary family, not rich, you know, the people in the family, whether her husband, the servant, everything like kind of like distant to her because they kind of look down on her. You can call that because she come from a lower family and they just kind of like she living off their family's wealth or fortune, but in fact it's the other way around. As she moving on with her life, living in this family, she become lonely. So when her firstborn son has been born, she was filled of joy because this is gonna be someone that really relate to her that make her feel joy. And as she tried to raise him, and just as the story goes that her son just accidentally ill and then passed away soon after. And unable to cope up with the loss, she kept asking everyone to help and save her until one man pity her and guide her to see the Buddha. And as you can see the story, the Buddha gonna help her, but under one condition, right? You must go ask for the mustard seed from the house that has no one died. At first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth, five, seven, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She not just walk for a phone, just for some village. She asked from the whole town, looking for the hope to bring her son back to life. Imagine how devoted for her son she has, putting. But as she grow, begin to learn about the answer that she get. Every house has someone die. Repeatedly, she begin to experience and learn. When she learn, she begin to accept. Same thing to everyone. In here, If we don't experience the loss, we would never realizing, understand, or accepting the loss that we have. That's therefore, I'm not asking you to embrace death. I'm asking you is that it is accepted as part of life. No need to fear. All you have to do is don't worry about death. What you have to worry is when you have your time left in your life, what would you do that make yourself do not regret when your time has come? It is something you should be thinking about. Remember in the 10 homework, I think it's number 5, number 6. Upon waking up, try to recall that you are lucky to still be alive. Do you remember that? So that way you will know what you want to do. That is something. Remember, we don't know when we are gonna die. This is how you practice mindfulness, or in Pali they call Morana Nusati meditation. Remind yourself that death will come to you sooner or later. Thus, try to live your life in a way that can be benefit to yourself and others. So when its time comes, you won't be regretting or be afraid of that. This can also be explaining in the story of Porisat. If you recall in episode 15 or 16, yes, right? Everyone, if you listen, you will get that part. Therefore, everyone, you don't have to focus on death, but remind yourself that do not be careless. It might happen. Therefore, do your best. Live yourself that make you happy. With your mind, be aware of all time. Okay? This is my tip presenting to whoever asking this question. Hopefully this helps. As the masters say, this one a little bit Buddhism. Hopefully I will explain and hopefully you get it. All right? Now, universal suffering. Someone may want this, but get the other thing, get that. We choose our spouse because we think we will love each other forever. At the beginning, it is sweet, but then it's changed through time. Everyone has to face something. We do not love and like in terms of people, animal, and things. Separation is an ordinary element of life, and suffering is universal for every living being. The Lord Buddha found the way out. Whoever follows his practice to attain the ultimate peace will become acknowledged, awakened, and overwhelmed. When we know our own story, awake from this matrix, the mind will be joyful and peaceful as a result. In here, remember in the previous question I talked to you about when you find the inner sun, find your mind brightness and stay inside yourself. This will help you experience and found this. It may not be reaching the end of suffering, but at least it shows you the path that you must continue, and you will see now that it can help you find your true ultimate happiness inside. This is one of the Buddhist texts, but of course, it's just only in the theory. The only way to prove that it does exist and it is the truth, the only way to find this out or discover this is that through meditation. You can think of it as a way to help you relax, help you find inner peace. But if you go deeper and deeper, you can find this as a true treasure inside your practice. But if you thought that it's just a blemish or it's something that is against your belief, it's all right. You can just think of this as a way to help you find inner peace. Just that is fine too. But this is something that applies that death is ordinary part of our life. Don't need to be fear. Soon or later it must come. But when we are alive, what we are gonna do to help ourselves achieve happiness, it is something we must continue to think while we still have time. All right. Number 5. Someone very close to me has anxiety. Can I help him? When I see this question, I must really, in fact, I'm stuck because I don't know what anxiety is about. So uh, my I would call my answer may not be specific. It will be in general. Okay. When you have anxiety, it is something usually happen to everyone. I myself too. When I learned from one of the teacher that I very respecting, one thing that before I go to this part, one thing that consider very lucky are not because you met famous people, met rich people, or become rich or become successful. In Buddhism, when you met, we call this the wise person that is considered as fortunate, disregard of how rich, how poor, how dumb, how smart, but if he is the wise person, that is considered fortunate than meeting or won a lottery. And throughout my life, I met 3 persons that I consider as the wise, the 2 of my master, and this one person, I consider him as a teacher. He was very excel in meditation. Even one of my master met him already. And he really regard him as wise person too. And I have a conversation with him. One thing that he really pierced through my my mind when I speaking with him is that he said this: how many times does your thought had hurt you in the past? And you get bored with that? If you get bored with that, you should try not to repeat it again. I was like, whoa. That's when I recall back to myself, yes, I had hurt myself by having anxiety about the future and making up the future from the past. So that's most people when they have anxiety, they have worry about the future, worry about the past. They hardly be with the present. Whether it's about people, situation, possession, and all of the things that we experience in daily life. This anxiety creates trouble for our mind. And all of this only come from oneself that causing us, ourself, our mind. We keep thinking about that. When we have something like this, my master used to say, weariness bring about despair. Okay. Oh, I couldn't see it myself. Yes, it will be. Change this courage to challenge, and you will find the best way to overcome. Simply stop thinking about it. Raise our spirit up like a flame and go to pursue acts of good deed with the confidence that we will one day receive the fruit of those good deeds. When we experience anxiety, worry, something that hurt ourselves, one thing that we are going to lose is the value of self. We don't see that we are valuable to anyone. By helping someone or see someone or something that is less fortunate than you are, you might be able to find the value in yourself, that you can do something or you are better than those who has less fortunate than you. See like this will begin to help yourself bring back yourself that see the value, less value in yourself, bring back That's therefore my advice is that maybe you can do some volunteer service, helping someone who are less fortunate, or do some good deeds that can help regenerate your mind, make the condition of your mind become more healthy again. Because when something happened to a person who has anxiety, they're not going to be able to let go. But when their mind or do something occupy with some other matter, and it is a good matter that make them feel ease, or someone feel appreciate to them, they will be lifting their spirit up and they can feel better. It is not good to cope with such thought, and it's not good to be alone neither when the mind are in this condition, and it's not good to blame oneself neither. Therefore, do something nice, something good to yourself and others. You will be able to lift your spirit and be able to get out of this anxiety, or do something at least make you feel more relaxed. Exercise, go out, see people, or go into the nature, find some place peaceful and happy that make your mind be more relaxed. And it's vary from each individual. I cannot tell how, but I can only give you the guideline because each person have different preference. Okay, hopefully this helps. Last question of today: is there a book that you can recommend help us in this knowledge? Oh, there is about. Hopefully, this talking about the 10 homework. But if it's not, well, I would say I don't know what knowledge that this person asking, but assuming it's about the first session that we learned in this week. Well, actually there is, but it's in Tidal. Right? It's not translated yet. But once it is translated, I will make sure to send and share it with you guys, whether it's in my podcast or you can come ask me directly. All right. But right now, there is no translation. But there is one of the comment that I learned from those who are taking the course. It said that this 10 homework is quite not legit. It's not, yes, it is not legit if we don't practice. But yes, it's not easy neither, I would admit. Even I myself cannot do it all. But one thing that I would like to persuade any one of you who are taking the course or have not, try at least to do one. Either one of these 10 homeworks or meditation homework, or you can call assignment, however you're going to call. When I said 10 homework, I said, oh, it's kind of like too much boring, too much responsibility. Assignment is fine, But either way, do just one, at least one. Wake up in the morning, sit, meditate 5 minutes. That is fine. Why is it not legit? Because we don't intend to do it. But if we intend to do it, we will find a way. But when we find a way and we do it, you will see the progress. However, I also asked in the question too, that if you couldn't find this rigid for you, what would be the best way that can help you practice meditation and maintain your awareness inside you? Maybe I can help add that into the 10 homeworks to become 11 homeworks, So this way we can learn and try the other way because, as we go over time, the techniques thing can be applied differently as well. That's why I'm open. So that's hopefully this can help. We have sharing meditation experience as well. Sound of lawnmower distract for a while. Had a lot of thoughts, but I didn't mind. After I felt happier because when you break through at the beginning, when your mind are not focused yet, anything that comes, it will be easily distract. But once you become focused, all of those will not be hindered or distracting you anymore. And when you achieve that, this is the result that you will feel happier. So good luck. That is a good thing that you share. So that just means that you have done correctly. And last but not least, at the beginning of meditation, I had a difficult time to calm my mind. I start to breathe in and breathe out, and my mind came to the center and my body relaxed too. Well, that's a process. So that's next time. If you practice, check how long How long? If you at the moment when you close your eyes and when you open your eyes again, how long did you meditate? And how long did you able to experience inner peace or inner light or whatever you experience inside? Check, see how it's progress. One thing that I learned from my friend who practiced meditation, I think he can do more now. He said he meditate every day now. At first he do like, once he close his eye, he won't open his eyes again. Sometime 10, sometime 20. When he feel he can continue, he close his eye and continue. He meditate until 2 hours. But now he said, last time when I talked with him, when he closed his eye, he opened his eyes again. It was about 2 hours. He can do that exactly. So that's, they can see the progress, how your mind becomes still if you practice every day and it will keep increasing. So hopefully this can happen to everyone who join this course because it's designed not only just meditate every day, but your meditation inner experience can also progress as well. But of course, don't expect it's only apply if you do it right, regularly. That's hopefully you all good luck and see you again next time, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Last but not least, hopefully inner peace time every day. If you're looking for a friend, here's for you guys, okay? Now for more informations, Full Moon of Peace will be on June 26th. Sorry, I put the wrong one again. But yes, this time I like to present in here is coming in this Tuesday, podcast episode 10. I like to emphasize about this, the Great Master Life and Time. Episode between episode 8 to episode 12. It will be explaining in depth and in detail. It's not long either, but in very clear detail about the middle way meditation. It's just not the way to relax. It will be in depth. Start checking from episode 8 to episode 12. Episode 11 is in the making. Therefore, stay tuned. And episode 10 will be out on this Tuesday. So stay tuned. You will learn in the detail now. What is the middle way or what is the Makaya? How does it our great master discovered? How does it has been lost for 500 years? It will explain in this podcast. It's very important. So check out. All right. And yes, Blessing 9. This Blessing 9 will explain now in depth. If you study with me from episode 1 until now, you will see now that it talk about how we take care of our life. But in episode 9, this will be improve and boost your meditation experience. How does be well trained in discipline help your quality of life and your meditation practice? This will explain especially about the precept. This, the beginning. So there will be 5 episodes on this. It's very detailed. And I think you're gonna like it. There will be what if and what's that. It will explain everything in detail as my master explained. So good luck. Hopefully you stay tuned on this course. And last but not least, 17 is out. So check it out, all right? Okay, everyone, thank you. Because new series is coming. Porisat is almost the end. Therefore, new series, I think you're gonna enjoy it because my master liked this series very much. It will be about the truthfulness. What is it about? Stay tuned after Porisat is over. So that's everyone. Thank you very much for your time with me today. And I hope you like it. And thank you very much. If there's any questions or anything, hopefully we will be able to answer again in the next question. Could I make it on time? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. That's good, everyone. Thank you. Before we part today, Mick, group photo, anything?